Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airwaves on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Now, if you haven't noticed at the bottom of your screen, we are under completely wild wind advisories. We've got sustained winds of 23, 25 miles an hour with upwards of 43-mile-an-hour gusts. This means my power and internet have been playing hopscotch all morning. So it is my fondest hope that we are able to keep streaming. In the event we can't, I thank you for your patience. All righty. My old chair is giving up the ghost on the pneumatic tube. All righty. So, before we get into it, I want to remind you guys that Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We can run that right now. We are also made possible by sales of... Where'd that go? Thank you. Oh, my book's not where it was. It's right here. The Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. The Big Stompy Robots line of books and games. And, of course, Haynes and Hellfire, a dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. A liaison, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. And we will be gathering very, very soon, in like a day under 2 weeks, for IndieCD.con 3. Authors, artists, and creatives come together to promote independent creativity, featuring book signings from your next favorite authors, art, on-site art commissions, tabletop gaming opportunities, unique crafts, and so much more. This convention will be held March 7th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. to the public. Vendors will likely stay on later. At 410 South Aidway, site Suite B, Fowler, Indiana 47944. And the admission is free. Come one, come all. Howdy, folks. It's been a busy one for me. We need to get to my accountability. Shock gas pourer. I have been absolutely swarmed with con prep. So that's where I am right now, doing the ugly behind the scenes things that you need to keep a con going. And it's not easy, but it's a lot of work and it's worth it. We still have some slots open for people who want to vend. There is table space still available. At this point, we'll be open for late arrivals as early as, hey, popped up, can I set up a table? It's just going to be one of those years. Now, beyond that, I have a very important to me request commission that I will have to do. However, given the instability of the internet, I may have to hold off on doing it. A bit of character design that needs done before the next game session. And that would be my son. He wants me to draw his character. He designed his character and drew his version. And it, honestly, freaking adorable. He draws, as he puts it, Minecrafty. And it's really cool. But he wants me to do it in an anime style. So it's in my bailiwick. That will be coming down the pipe. We also have coming down the pipe a lot of writing work that I need to grind out, a lot of game design I need to grind out, and during this, trying to blow my windows off. I had a lot of conversations yesterday that sort of hung interesting on me. Part of it was dealing with my view on certain current events that I won't get into, though everyone knows about, and how it is affecting me, both emotionally and spiritually. I've got some questions about that I have to analyze. But I am getting some diverse and fascinating answers on my Facebook, and that's helpful to me. I respect the folks who have had the courage to respond and weighed in on the subject. It's fascinating to see how people feel. Beyond all of that, I'm really just looking forward to that last minute I can make stuff sessions that's probably going to be this weekend. Grinding out art and other points of interest. What are you doing this weekend? And I say that calmly, but this weekend, what are you doing? Are you prepping for the con? I hope you're coming. Are you working on your books? Are you writing? It's important. It's important that no matter how you're feeling, provided you have the emotional stamina bar to do it, you should be creating, because no one can tell your stories. And the only way to ensure that your stories get out there is for you to tell them personally. No one else can do it. In my life, I've had several near misses. while Death and I have never flirted, hold on. While Death and I have never dated, we certainly have flirted quite a bit uh, in my youth and a few times in adulthood proper. Uh, but understanding that we are finite beings, we owe it to the worlds and characters in our heads to do us our best to share them, to disseminate our ideas. Because if you look at the readings of any of the greats, I mean, anybody, my man Willie Shakes, Big Bill, no, William Shakespeare, uh, Walter Lippmann, he springs to mind because of recent readings. Carl Jung, uh, Sun Tzu, Edgar Allan Poe, Thoreau, Yeats, Tennyson, uh, Gary Gygax. The world is full of amazing stories that are born in our heads. It's probably our greatest gift as humanity. How we express that gift, either as artwork or music or writing, is so vital. So we must not allow ourselves intellectual sloth or the greed and the envy of others and protection of our ideas. We want to hold them too close. The only way they're going to last, to be preserved, is if they are outside of our heads and on paper and digital, chiseled in stone if you can pull it off. But if you do, please don't sell substandard copper ingots. Really, just don't. You know what you did. But today we're going to celebrate what you guys are doing. We're going to go into this weekend hype because there's so much we can do, so much we will do. Oh yeah, I also swapped a car battery out on my little truck to make way to work on my big truck because I need it for the convention. So that's my stuttered accountability. I admit I'm having trouble focusing because it sounds like an army of angry kazoo players are ravaging my home. The doors and windows are buzzing. Anything that's loose is either flown away or buzzing. We're just trying to keep our heads down and deal with all these shenanigans. And hope that everyone in Bloomington, Indiana is okay. But what we do need to do is support each other. And normally I would run the IndieCD ad, but as Joe is still working on that, which I have no problem, this is no pressure, I will run this. love it. Sorry, I just saw some news that seems farcical. I have to check it out. But let's go see what you guys are saying. First through the door is Carl Withron. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Carl. Carl says, I saw a YouTube video titled, I do anything to be a writer except to write. She was talking about the struggle to feel like a writer when she wasn't producing anything. She was totally discounting her YouTube scripts, blog, and the fact that she had several published essays. Where do you define success and being a creator? For me, these are both very, very challenging questions because I have to fight imposter syndrome constantly. I also have to fight, but what did you do lately? As an entity. It's something I have to keep an eye on, but it's also something I have to fight as a pressure. Because I know too many, and I've known too many people who did one, they may have done something and been consistently producing or putting out or helping folks or something 20 years ago. But it's been over a decade since they really did anything in the field. So for me, being a creator has to be very much a verb. I have to create, and I have to constantly work towards the next project, and I have too many on my plate. Success is much harder because this is one of those where I need to get real fast. There's what I do, and then there's the gig and or why I do it. For the last 25 years, I have been teaching people to sword fight. For, I want to say 16? No, I'm sorry. It was 2016. So 10 for the last 10 years, I've had published books through Amazon. This is the 10-year anniversary of The Simple Sword. Actually, it was just a little bit ago. I am constantly striving to improve myself. The only way to improve myself is to create, because the act of creation is practicing to improve your ability to create. And if that sounds like a feedback loop, that's because it is. Success for me comes on many measures. My ultimate goal, of course, my dream measure of success on the high end would be to somehow become financially relevant enough through the system to be able to provide aid and support for my son. My son has special needs, and we have slipped through the cracks due to some things that went very, very wrong. And I am doing my best to provide an environment to help him through what his challenge is, to help him get as ready as I can at a rate he may be comfortable with, to build him up and not hold him back. And so success gets very strange. Anytime I publish something, I consider that a success. Anytime I teach somebody to sword fight who can be considered proficient on their own, especially someone who wasn't. I consider it a success. Whenever somebody who had lost power to trauma through what I do starts to get it back, I consider it a success. And very often, when my services are no longer required by people I have set out to help, I consider that success. So if I am doing good, and it is serving humanity, even in a tiny portion, even if it's just a whisper saying, can we be kind? Can we have fun? Can we, it's life is far too important to be taken seriously, as this train rattling through the valley. Sorry, that's an old reference. Speaks to her. One of my greatest successes, though, is when someone no longer needs me. They may choose to stay around, and I love it. I'm always shocked when they do, looking at Trey at this point. But when they no longer need my services as, a sword master, as an art instructor, when I go from being a teacher to a colleague, and if I do it so well and they ascend so high, they no longer have time to check in on me. That level of obsolescence is one of the greatest forms of success I can have. Success can be having somebody still have a heartbeat 24 hours later, either through medical intervention when I was doing direct support, which had a few spooks there, or, counseling wise. Getting people through the darkest day, hopefully, that they ever have. That's a success. Not saving them all is reality, but I haven't said much about wealth. You'll notice that. I certainly haven't said much about fame. I'm not sure how I would process either, to be honest, of any measure. I imagine any fame, quote unquote, I would use to put light on people who probably need it more than me, and any wealth, once my family's needs were actually fully met, would go to helping other folks. So it's just more work. See, the TV show Firefly had a movie sequel called Serenity. Very good film. Please watch the series first. It will make a lot more sense. Couple unnecessary things happened wherein Joss Whedon does what he usually does to characters I identify with. But there's a villain in it. And this villain is an agent for the government. Doesn't really matter. But he says, I'm working towards a place. Let's see. I'm working towards a paradise that has no place for monsters like me. And that, while I'm not quite monstrous, and I'm certainly not a cryptid. That's sort of the goal. That place, building a place of safety for the people I love, is always the goal. That's why we do these conventions like Indie CD and StompCon. It's to give small folks a shot, a place, shallow waters where they can learn to swim, and maybe provide a middle of nowhere community that just happens to be a central located middle of nowhere, exactly 100 miles from Chicago and Indianapolis, a shot at maybe some ideas and imagery they wouldn't normally have a shot at seeing, inspire some kids. Make the world a better place, I guess. That's success. I mean, yes, I do have a list of things that would make me feel I am inordinately wealthy. Ultimately, a greenhouse with a pool or hot tub in it, so that any time of year I could be immersed to water up to here. It could be a pool, it could be a pond, but something like that. An in-home slushy maker. That'd be cool. I already have far too many Nerf guns, and I'm going to get more because shopping for Nerf guns is as big a hobby as shooting them. And getting to explain them to people that gets kids off the screens. That's success. Success is making the world better, or at least brighter for a couple. I don't have a big enough scope to really do anything historic. I'm not ever going to likely be a national figure. I'm excited if I get double digits on my streams. But it's very different than doing these shows and speaking out into the void, which I did for a long time too. I guess being a creator is a type of success. And that journey is the part that matters, far more than any specific destination, save for the necessities of my life. I am a firm believer that my life is not my own. I have been given opportunities that I do not deserve, but I will make the best of to brighten things up. I'll never be a searchlight, but sometimes the flickering candle in the dark can help you too. And if I can get other people's spark going, all the better. I'm way past due for commercial. Maybe we'll raise the mood.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a Koepp, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your share Munsey. We want to Munsey because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
Alrighty, we are back, and let's get into the comments. Sorry, we got real quiet for a moment there. Let's see, where are we? Hey, Whitson Dude, success is getting the job done. That's valid. Hey, Donna, I was getting late, so I started putting chat ideas in. Whatevs. It's appreciated. Meanwhile, Hermione was cuddling with on my lap, being such a good boy. Then he got his claw caught in my jacket, and when I tried to get it out, yep, love bit me. Love bite? Maybe. Remind me to get my welding gloves next Menard's visit. They should not be very expensive. I think I got my last set for $6 or somewhere in there. More. Oh, get more weld. That makes sense. No dad this morning? I'm beginning to worry after no stupid o'clock last night. Really? Somebody reach out to him just to double check. Welding gloves help much with cats. Yeah, I know. I don't see anything on the Book of Faces either. Hey, Foxy. Hey, Foxy, at least they protect your hands while making them less tasty. Ha-ha! I will train him to realize that he is a grown now and not a kitten anymore. If you could do that for cats, I could point you to many adults who desperately, adult humans who desperately need that lesson. And I need to grab something while I am here. Ooh. And boom, because that's a better one. We did get a bit of snow last night, not as much as I would have liked, but some. Well, I'm glad. And welcome to the channel, Bot Rex. We had some rain, but south of us got tornadoes that went on to threaten Indy. They look spooky. I was watching them. Don't forget to like and share, folks. Yes, please. Hey, Nick. Good morning, y'all. And good morning, Angelina. Good morning, Donna and Carl. How are you? Another friend of Paula. Okay. Another friend in Utah reported, that's where I got the P. It's snowing, but I don't know where she lives in reference to where you live. And greetings for Angelina. We're in Price, which is pretty smack dab in the middle of the store. Where are they? Not sure. In the state. Wow. Aphasia, be gone. Feel the power hairspray. I know they got a lot more snow up north. A place called Alta got 42 inches. Wow. Is that Alta a ski resort? Yep. See, I've learned something. There's a lot of skiing in Park City, too. Here, not so much. Yeah, Conning, Churro, Dawn, and Trey. And good morning, Dawn. Dawn is, of course, the mistress mind behind her beloved cats, Buddy and Georgette. Fan art by yours truly, pausing for the squee because it makes her happy. Ouch. And Ted's being radiated, then hydrated. Well, at least he's getting hydrated, and that's a good idea for us all. I just realized that my water requires a little bit more squirty stuff. I had some. It's right here. This isn't the caffeinated squirty stuff, though. That stuff's a little snazzy, but you have to use it sparingly. It is powerful. Anyway, this is me returning to my dedication to get rehydrated. See, I got something to drink. And Dawn, good morning. Yeah, we love it, Dawn, around here. And PeoriaBookRack.com/products/I help Ted kick cancer in the throat fundraiser black tea. Ted's support shirt that Nick, yes, our Mr. Tockert, did the lettering. Thank you. It was a real pleasure and an honor to do that project. Hey, Dawn. I think Donna is plotting a pie day and trip to the bookstore. Ooh, pie. Joshua's army blowing kazoos outside the wall. Maybe. Maybe that's what we need. We just all need to get a bunch of kazoos and march in circles around Washington, D.C. Pi Day. That sounds lovely. March 14th. And, oh wait, that's pie, not pie. Yes. French silk, Boston cream. Maybe some pumpkin. I know it's not seasonal. Apple's always good. See, now you got me wanting pie. Maybe we'll do a shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie. No. I like meat pies, but not Sweeney Todd style. Mrs. Morris. No! Kazoo sound quite funny when taped to a car's exhaust. Ooh, nice. I need a brain break. Well, I will break your brain. We will know after Wednesday when I see my PA. She'll probably agree that I need to do the danged cataract surgery, but I'll have to wait till after spring break. My mom recently went through that, and you will be surprisingly more limited than you expect because of blood pressure. The mom was not allowed to bend over at all. So yes, and your A1C is down 0.4 to 6.5. Nicely done. And thanks. I'm totally stoked by that. Frankly, I thought it'd be higher. Yay, Manjaro. Amazing stuff that I no longer get because some person decided that we have to push Ozempic, whether I want it or not. Never mind, I took the other meds, and it's going to screw my blood sugars right proper. But we'll see. Sorry, personal rant. Oh, nice, Donna. Donna, if you're planning to get a shirt, make sure to order in advance because we aren't keeping any on hand or in stock. Good to know, Dawn. Thank you. Will do. Here's a funny. Tom. Who's Tom? Ted ate himself into a food coma last night. He could eat Arby's roast beef, and he pushed it last. Oh, my gosh. I love Arby's roast beef. I don't care. Some people, I don't care what you have to say. I delight. Of course, I want the 5 for $5 deals back from my childhood. 5 beef and cheddars for $5. Oh, my God. We had it all, friends. Great that he's able to do that. Hi, good morning, good sir. Hello, Steph. How are you, my dear? I did not expect to see you in the chat. Hello, Star. And recent snow wasn't enough to move the snowpack much. Still at 59%. 10% to go. Chair, Jeff. I need to get some of the Munzie tags. Oh, you're in the right place to talk about that. And will you be at Indie CD Con? We can fix that. We can fix you up. I think she's going to try, barring illness with children. My babies. Dawn, are you going straight home? Need me to magnetize the Skyland? No, it's going to be a bit. No problem. Just trying to help. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Cindy Koepp. How are you? Hey, Cindy. And she's promoting my art page and waving. And hey, Cindy. Greetings for Cindy and heading to the chemo side. Nick, I don't scare easily, but I'm terrified at being awake while someone is poking at my eyes, hoping they'll agree to putting me out. I hope so too. Help Nick be helpful for people who need to be safely dangerous. Patreon.com/thestore. Yeah, practices are going to start up relatively soon. This should definitely excite Steph. We just got to get to relatively stable weather, and people have to understand that the facilities are absolutely insane. So, Tom, maybe that's Dawn's side dude. Tom was my dad's name. Does this mean you're going to have to call? Does this mean you're going to have to call Dawn's stepmommy? Sorry. I forgot what. I didn't see was in there, or else I wouldn't have made the joke. But there's still a joke there, and I'll take it where I can find it. I'm doing good. I'm home with my kid instead of work because she ended up with a bad case of croup. So we are watching you. Poor kid. Happens, toddler life. I need to see if I can do something. While we're at it, I'm going to do this, and I want to see if this will come up. Just so that you guys can see. Hi, guys. Sorry about that. It looks like we're having some technical difficulties. I have swapped over to my cell, and we are going through the backup while I sit here and play the Dino Hopper game. Apparently, the universe really does not want me showing you guys the image that I got from Xander. Let's see what we got. Okay. I'm navigating it through the phone, which is not nearly as kind. The Whisper has art and tales about the Big Stumpy Robot Score rulebook, which is very great. And please go to my store. Thank you. And I'm going, because of the difficulties of this, I may have to skip. I'm skipping all the yes, I froze up. There will be no Historical Fencing Guild tonight because this wind is supposed to go well into 10 o'clock, and my power stuff has been flipping through. Not your side dude. No, his name is Antonio. Anyway, I need to refresh my. We'll schedule you to come down and have a game, and depending on how the con's going, I always run a tourney. People want that gold BSR. And yeah, he's okay. Let me come here. I get sword stuff from Nick. Thank you, Cindy. He's usually back by now, so maybe bad piece like before YouTube shuts down the stream. Welcome back. He's still frozen. It may take a minute. Hi, everyone. Good morning, Chris Walker. Hey, we're having high winds and internet issues today. Absolutely. Let me see. I am going to possibly be in two places at once. If this there we go. Okay. Excellent. Now we will just remove you. What that means, guys, is that I can now, and I'm going to leave this up and running, so in case it gets staticky, I can switch. That means I should be able. Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Cindy. I hope I didn't trigger anything. This does mean that I can use that method to have a camera pointed down at what I'm working at and still engage here, which is something I've been needing to do. Oh. Not if you're very, very nice, or if you want. Oh, hey, stay warm. Thank you, Cindy. I scroll down quickly. Okay. I'm glad. Stay safe. I do normally work very hard not to have too many blinking lights. I am, though, guys, I'm going to have to call the stream a little early. Actually, no, I don't, because I have the backup right here. And as long as that works, I've got a shot, we can go. So cool. We'll run an ad and we'll just keep on trucking. And then I will show you the art I am being commissioned to redraw. But before we do that, let's do this. I have been planning certain projects, and pardon me, I'm zoomed in. I don't want to give you guys your space. And with the events that just happened here, I now am pretty sure I can do my projects that have to be outside with the assistance of my lovely wife to run the comments and chats and have multiple angles on what I am actually working on if all goes well. So this is very exciting. This is very, very exciting. It also means I could prop my phone up and look at my 3D prints or another phone. If only I had an old phone that doesn't really connect to anything anymore, or a tablet. Ooh. This is going to be good, guys. We have solved some problems. Beyond that, we are navigating our way through the shenanigans. But I did promise you guys something. Now, I had really wanted to do this live, but with the weather being how it is and the fact that this went down because of power outage, not just net outage, which is why it took longer. I will probably hold off on doing a draw stream of my work on this little guy. But this is the guy my son designed to be his character in his style, and I'm so proud of him. So yes, you get to see that. That was done on a big old whiteboard. We do a lot of whiteboard work. And I get to turn that into anime. But I'm very proud of Alexander's art, and I wanted to show it off. I'm a dad. I can do that. Let's see. Ceiling fans are evil. I am sorry. I normally keep this one off during the streams. But, lost Nick. Yeah, guys. Let's see. Maybe I should just call it. Yeah, my stuff is dropping on both sides. So what I'm going to do then is we'll call it a little early. It's only, 5 or 10 minutes early. I'll run Kat's ad so I know I've done it. Actually, I'll run Cindy's ad. Then I'll run Kat's ad. And I'll be back in a minute.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I am Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Alrighty. Let's go through these comments real quick, and then we'll call it. Later, Dawn. Great job, Xander. His drawing reminds me that he expressly referenced Dr. Stone to get the hair. And Soma from Realist Hero for the jacket, and Makoto from Campfire Cooking for the pants and boots. And then later he drew his little Holy Morning Star for his D&D character. So I will be drawing that up. I am really pleased to. Unfortunately, I cannot do it with the instability here to do it live. And he wants me to do it on the computer. So we will see. And Squee at Xander's art. I think so. It's Squee worthy. And Cats will appreciate lunch a few minutes early. I think we all will. Have a great day. It's a great character. and later's all. Yeah, guys, this has been an odd one, but we made it through the hassle and problematics. So keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating. Because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. Toodles, folks.